What is up, people, and welcome back to my Rags to Riches F1 2010 to 2014 career mode. This is the career mode where we go from one of the worst teams in F1 2010, try and work our way up through the ranks and through the teams and try and get a drive for one of the best teams in F1 2014. And here we are, the finale of the F1 2011 season. But if you have missed all of the previous episodes, then you can go catch up with a playlist card annotation in the top right hand corner of your screens. And if you are definitely new to the series, then you'll need to be caught up on the rules, and they will all be down in the description as well. But here we are, finale of the F1 2011 season, the Brazilian Grand Prix, and the championship all comes down to this. Okay, the gap may be 24 points between the two of us, but there is still a slim chance. And like I said in the previous episode, a slim chance is all we need. That's all we need. That is all we need to win the championship. Fernando Alonso does not finish or doesn't finish inside the points. We win today's race, we will be crowned the world champion. I think he's one more races. So if he does get that 10th place and that 1 point, then I think he will still win the championship. But we just have to wait and see for that one. I don't think as well Button and Vettel can catch up to me, so that means we have got a Force India seat once again for next season, which is pretty incredible stuff. That this Rags to Riches, the sequel, is panning out exactly the same as how the original one went as well. But anything else to talk about? Yes, we have one email going into today's race, and that is just objectives for the race. 5th in qualifying, 2nd in the race, heavy rain in qualifying, heavy rain in the race. So that could certainly make it interesting going into the final race of the season. With the championship still undecided, could Alonso mess up? And could that mean I win the race? We're just going to have to wait and see. But let's head into the race weekend for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Here we go then, one shot qualifying for the final round of the F1 2011 season. As you can see, it has been raining out on track, but it is drying up. The rain has stopped, and everybody else at the moment, I believe, is on intermediate tyres, apart from some few. So Alonso, is he on dries or is he on inters? He's on inters as well. So let's see if we can beat some of these guys. Some of these guys on the wrong tyre at the moment. This could really, really help me out. But struggling through turn 2 and turn 3. We could be on the wrong tyre. We just have to wait and see how the rest of the session goes. Vettel, I believe, is the only other driver who has come in and gone onto the dry tyres. So we just have to wait and see. I should be ahead of most of the drivers. I'm only like 3 seconds off the pace of Sebastian Vettel. But I think some of the other guys are a lot slower than that. So here we go, into the final couple of corners now. They're not really classified as corners, but down towards the line. What is the time gonna be good enough for? We will have time to set another lap. It's not a good lap at all. It's 18th place. And you know what? I'm going to take another lap. I'm going to take another lap because I can surely do better than that on the right tyres compared to everybody else. Okay, yes, I cut that corner, but that's only because blimmin' Heikki Kovalainen decided to park it on the apex. This lap has definitely been better, but once again, I've got a driver in my way. Sergio Perez this time around. Get out of the way, Sergio. I'm on a hot lap. 2.5 seconds down on the previous best through the final corner. Down towards the line now. What is this time going to be good enough for? Come on. Come on, surely it's good enough to get into the top half of the field. No, it's still not good enough. 15th place. Rubens was quicker than us. How is that possible? We're on dry tyres. We were on the right tyres at the right time. Yet people on intermediate tyres were still going faster than us. I think, I don't know whether this is just me making excuses, but I think the tyres compared to the rain is a little bit glitched, but maybe that's just an excuse I'm making. However, Fernando Alonso is only just ahead of me, so it's not too bad. If I can get up the field very quickly and Alonso gets stuck back there, we can win the championship. We just need a fantastic start, need to work our way through the field and hopefully try and pick a fight with the other drivers ahead of us. But it is Sebastian Vettel. He got pole position today with Jenson Button 2nd and Lewis Hamilton in 3rd. So here we go, the final race of the F1 2011 season. Can we win the championship? Let's find out as we head over to the race for the Brazilian Grand Prix. It's race day. It is the Brazilian Grand Prix, and after 18 rounds, it all comes down to this. Myself versus Fernando Alonso. Both of us starting outside the points for today's race. I have to win the race and hope Fernando Alonso doesn't score a single point here today in order to win the championship. It's starting off in the dry conditions, but there's a 62% chance of rain, and that seems to work out for my favour last time. We are going to be starting on the primes, and hopefully the wet weather will come towards the end of the race, pitting for the options on lap 8, but we may take that a little bit further depending on when the rain comes down. Look at the teammate challenge going into the final race of the season. Out-raced him 17-1 with one race still left to go. Podium 7-0. Out-qualified 8-11, so he beat me on that one. 18 fastest laps to 0, and championship points 237-2. So a really good season for myself. Just a little bit disappointed that Rubens Barrichello has out-qualified me 11 times to my 8. That's where we have struggled. We're never good at qualifying. I'm not going to be, you know, shy to admit that. I'm not good in the qualifying sessions, but that's because I know that it's all down to the races. In pretty much every single race apart from Monaco, qualifying is just a quarter of the job. It doesn't matter what you do in qualifying. It's all about what you do in the race. So anything else really to talk about? Nope. So let's head down to the track and get the final race of this F1 2011 season underway. Sebastian Vettel lines up in pole position for a mixed grid here today after wet qualifying conditions, with Jenson Button second, Rubens Barrichello 12th, my rival Fernando Alonso just ahead of me in 14th, I'm in 15th, and Massa is behind me in 16th. So I'm in a Ferrari sandwich going down in towards turn 1, but I can still win the World Championship as it's 5 red lights. It's lights out and away we go for the Brazilian Grand Prix. We need a good start down in towards turn 1 to be able to fight for this championship. Where are we going to go? Picking our lines in towards turn 1. We've gone into the back of Adrian Sutil, unfortunately, and that's a terrible line so far, but a good line through turn 2. And Sutil just spray checking me there. What are you doing, mate? What on earth are you doing? Right, inside line, getting past Sutil, getting past De Resta, hopefully, as well. Right, what can I do on these guys ahead of me? Getting past Rosberg, and up the inside as well. Mark Webber, maybe. Oh, that's close, but he's made a mistake, and there we go. Moving up into P8, maybe. Yes, there we go, up into P8. Right, Sergio Perez is our next. I need to get past these guys as quickly as possible. Remember, I need to win today's race if I want to stand any chance of winning the championship. I have to win the race. Sergio Perez, where are you going to be slower? I need to sort of work out where the AI are slowest around this circuit, and that's where I'm going to pick my opportunity to make overtakes. Also, I've got the strategy with my favourite right now. If the rain comes down just around about the time that the option tyre guys have to pit, I could have made a brilliant strategy. Not too sure, though, what strategy Alonso's on. I can't remember. I forgot to look at what tyres he was starting today's race on. But hopefully, he is starting on the option tyres too. On the back of Sergio Perez, though, as we go down in towards this left-hander, what is he going to do? Whereabouts does he brake? He brakes about the same time as me, unfortunately. So we are unable to find a way through there. So where can I go for the overtake on Perez? Where is he slower? I need to work that out over the rest of this race. I need to work it out on the rest of the drivers as well. Of course, all the AI pretty much going to be equals. I'm going to have a look up the inside here. Okay, there we go. I found... Oh, Perez squeezing me out there. Okay, I did make a dive bomb move, but still, Perez, mate. Could have given me a little bit of room. What about up here? What about the inside here? Okay, I barged into the side of Perez. A big old frustration dive bomb through there. I'm going to have to hold it around the outside through this corner. Always tricky. But Perez holding on to the position for now, and he's weaving all over the place right now. Just trying to hold on to P7. That's not going to help me out. The more that I battle with him, the further the leaders are going to get away from me. That's not what I need right now. I need to get past these guys as soon as possible. And here we are following in the slipstream. Should be easy pickings on Sergio Perez. Move over to the left-hand side. And there we go. Job done. Up into P7 now. Right, Michael Schumacher, next driver on my radar, right up behind the Mercedes driver, going very slow through that corner. I'm going to flick it over to the right, got the inside into here, and that should be job done. No, he's done the switchback maneuver on me. Great move there from Michael, but fortunately not able to go for the overtake on the driver currently running in P6. Where can we get past him? If we can get a good exit through here, use KERS to our advantage. We will get DRS on Michael Schumacher, but will he get DRS on the Lotus Renault ahead of him? I don't think so. No, he doesn't. And now we're going to be gaining all the way down in towards turn 1. Switch over to the left-hand side, get the inside line into that corner. And there we go. Job done. And moving up into P6. Right, Sebastian Buemi. He is up next. We slowly make our way through the field. Gaining on Buemi now as we use the slipstream to our advantage. But where will we go for the overtake? Okay, 5 minutes until light rain will be with us. So, will that work with whereabouts we are pitting? Hopefully, fingers crossed, we can stay on these prime tyres and pit for the intermediate tyres and stay ahead of the front runners. I got the inside of Buemi, And that should be job done now. Side by side, maybe, possibly, still holding up the inside. But there we go, job done on Sebastian Buemi and moving up into P5. Right, Lotus Renault of Vitaly Petrov is up next. Let's try and get the job done on him. Okay, here we go. The rain has finally started to fall out on track. Maybe a bit later than I would have liked, but it is still falling, which is good news. If it can really pick up some pace and start to get to intermediate tyres very soon, then that will really come to my advantage. But the guys still staying out at the moment. A few guys coming into pits, though, ahead of me. So that's going to put me up into P3 right now, as they've gone onto the prime tyres as well, which is good news for me. If those guys choose the prime tyres, that's fine with me. And hopefully I can just stay out on these primes, pit for the intermediate tyres, and stay ahead of everybody else. Petrov should be coming into the pits on this lap, as we are just finally starting to close in on the Lotus Renault driver. I do get DRS from him, but there we go. He comes into the pits. So does Jenson Button. This will put me up into the lead of the race. This is exactly where I need to be. I'm not too sure whereabouts Alonso is at this stage of the race. I'm not really too focused on him, and I just need to focus on my own race. And the rain needs to pick up some pace because the tyre wear is starting to come in as well. Really struggling with grip right now. I'm not too sure whether that is because of me being on old tyres or whether that is because it's definitely time for the intermediates. I'm really not sure at the moment, so we just need to wait and see. Tyre temperatures, they're all still okay. Tyre wear is not still okay, so we're going to select intermediate tyres anyway, just in case. Nobody else is in the pits at the moment. I'm not too sure. I don't think Sebastian Vettel has come into the pits either. And we do get the car turned in for turn 1. So 3 seconds at the moment is the gap. So I'm guessing it's just tyre wear. Look at that tyre wear. It's just, they're giving me the notification now that tyre wear is bad. So I need to come into the pits anyway this lap. Tyres, look at that. Front left is cooling down. So it is starting to come into the time frame that we need to come onto the intermediate tyres. Come on. Come on. Come on. Keep it on the track. My tyre wear is terrible right now, but as long as I stay ahead of Sebastian Vettel, I'm good. I'm cushy. This will be a championship drive and a half if I can pull this off. Come on. Come on, car. Come on. Sebastian Vettel, stay away. Stay away. Stay away, you little German. Stay away. I am having this race win. Not you. This is my race win. Mine. Come on. Come on, car. Just make it. Just make it. Just make it. I'm on the grass, but I'm going to make it into the pit lane. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That was so close. That was so damn close. I know I've got a rule reminder, but I'm coming into the pits now, so you're all fine. Into the pits for a new set of intermediate tyres. The leaders carrying on. 2 laps left to go. It's time for intermediate tyres. I don't know how they're still coping on the dries. Yes, okay, my tyres were considerably more worn than theirs were. I am going to be coming out in P5 still, I believe. Maybe drop down into P6. We'll just have to wait and see. No, in P5 still. So let's push on. And let's see what we can do in today's race. With 2 laps left to go, can we win the championship? How is Mark Webber still able to go for an overtake on a track where it's full wet? Well, not full wet, but it's definitely intermediate conditions right now. This is intermediate conditions. I don't know how they're coping on their dry tyres, but I am struggling. I'm still struggling on intermediates. As we're -1 lap. Okay, we need to sort that out. Down into standard mix. As they're coming into the pits now. So it looks like the strategy may have... Yes, it has. We're up into the lead of the race, but we need to make sure we stay ahead of Jenson Button coming out the pit lane. Oh, my God. This could be incredible. If this works out and Fernando Alonso is not in the points, this could be the most incredible championship victory I have ever had in an F1 career mode. We've got Liuzzi. I'm not even going to... I'm so glad that he's not going to be in the sport next season because I'm really struggling to say his name. And he's turned into me, and he's lost a bit of his front wing. But luckily, we've got a little bit of a safety cushion with a couple of lap drivers ahead of Jenson Button. 2 laps left to go. Oh, this is getting tense. This is getting tense. My heart is racing so much right now. We've got 1.5 laps left to go of this Brazilian Grand Prix. The strategy has worked an absolute treat. I'm not too sure how on earth I managed to pull that off, especially how worn my prime tyres were, and I was slipping so much on that final lap with them. But somehow I have a nice 4-second lead over Jenson Button. But I believe he is quicker than me at this circuit. So it is still all to play for with 1 lap left to go. And let's stay on board with this final lap of the championship season, the F1 2011 season. No mistakes, no penalties. Come on, Hayden, just get it through the corners nice and tidy. Nice and tidy through turn 2. Okay, that's good. We're catching up to some back markers. Let's not make the mistake of being too aggressive against these guys. They will let me through. Just wait for them to let me through. Don't try and overtake them too quickly. Right, come on, come on, come on. We've got an 8-second lead over Button. He has had a problem with that back marker of Lotus. The last time I'm going to say that guy's name because I just can't do that. I cannot say his name anymore. I'm not too sure whereabouts Fernando Alonso is, but I'm hoping he's not in the points. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. It doesn't matter what we achieve, because if Fernando Alonso scores a single point here today, I'm pretty sure he'll win the championship. If he scores 2, he's definitely won it. So here we go through the last couple of corners now. Jarno Trulli will let us through. We're going to go up the inside in towards the final corner. Down towards the line now. It's a sprint all the way to the line. And I'm still not sure whether I will be crowned the world champion or not. We're just going to have to wait and see what Jeff says. But we're going to come across the line. Our 7th race victory of the season. But is that enough for the championship? Is that enough? Come on, Jeff. Let me know. Let me know. Come on, please, 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 please. Fingers crossed. Come on, please, please, please. Please. Have we done it? Have we done it? No! No, Alonso, why would you do that to me? P9! Oh, come on, that is heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking stuff. An incredible drive to win today's Brazilian Grand Prix. And Fernando Alonso comes through the field and takes the 2 points that is necessary for him to win the title. Oh my god. I can't believe that. I cannot believe that. I know it's only the 2nd season. We're going to have more opportunities to win the championship, but to do it in my 2nd season would have been incredible. Would have just been absolutely incredible. But unfortunately, that's not the case, as Fernando Alonso wins. He wins the championship. He comes 9th and he wins the championship. Oh, so frustrating. We did so well to make that strategy work. The primes to the intermediate tyres, getting ahead of Jenson Button and finishing 10 seconds ahead of the McLaren at the end of the day with Sebastian Vettel in 3rd. But just frustrating. That's all I can say. It was just frustrating. Vitaly Petrov 4th, Lewis Hamilton 5th, Perez in 6th, Buemi in 7th, Michael Schumacher 8th, and Fernando Alonso finishing in 9th, with Adrian Sutil getting the final championship points here today. Rubens Barrichello just missing out with Mark Webber in 12th, and Felipe Massa down in 17th. Why could Alonso not do what Felipe Massa did? As there's no DNS here today, and let's get some confirmation of how that rounds out the championship for the F1 2011 season.
You've taken 2nd in the Drivers' Championship. The team and I would just like to say thank you for a brilliant season.
And there we go. 1 point. 1 point is all that separates us two at the end of the season, but it was all that Alonso needed. Oh, come on. It's so close. It's so close, and it's heartbreaking. I did so well in that last race, but this is Formula One, and I said we had a slim chance, and we nearly took it. Oh, that would have just been an amazing, magical story if we could just win today's race and get the championship as well. But unfortunately, it's just not the case. But 262 points to end this 2011 season. We beat the record that we set last time around that we did F1 2011. So I'm pretty happy with that. And we beat the position as well. We've got to Force India for next season, which will hopefully help us to try and challenge for the championship, even though we didn't really have a good season in the 2012 season last time around doing Rags to Riches. So hopefully it's not the case this time, but 262 points at the end of the day is really, really good. Let's look through the rest of the championship. I'm just going to flick through it quickly, so if you guys want to take a look at that, then you can pause it and take a look at where everybody finished and stuff like that. But Alonso is our champion for the 2011 season. Congratulations to him. It's disappointing that we're in P2, but it's still a phenomenal drive to get 2nd in the Drivers' Championship in a Williams. So I'm still very, very happy with that. Constructors' standings as well. We hold on to P4. Ferrari win the championship there. McLaren comes 2nd at the end of the season. That was close though. McLaren were actually in third going into this race. So Red Bull finished in third in the end. And Williams, we finished in fourth ahead of Mercedes and Lotus Renault. So really, really good season for us. And it's going to be sad to say goodbye, but it's going to be interesting to see what we can do with Force India. But that's it for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Let's head back to the menus. Our final interview of this Rags to Riches career mode. Then, as of course, there are no interviews in 2012 onwards. So let's see what David Croft has to say. How do you feel about Fernando Alonso taking the title? Cheers, Crofty. Just rub it in there. I mean, congratulations to him. He's had a fantastic season. The curse of the championship leader seemed to affect everybody of Vettel, Button, Hamilton, Massa. But it did not affect Fernando Alonso, and at the end of the day, he deserves it. He is the guy who is at the top of the championship at the end of the season. Even though there's only 1 point separating the two of us, congratulations to him. I am disappointed not to win it, as we came so close. But, of course, this Rags to Riches Season 2 is not what the focus is on. It's all about who we drive for next season. So, yeah, disappointed not to win it. But, yes, I would like to congratulate him. He drove his heart out all season. And, of course, he deserved it. Are the team happy with your performance? Of course they are. We won 7 races this season. So, I believe they are very happy with my results this season. And would you care to comment on the gossip? I am moving to Force India next season. I told you last time around, David Croft, we are moving to Force India next season. So, at the moment, I'm keeping all my options open, but I'm happy to admit I'm moving to Force India for next season. I'm really excited to see what the challenge is in F1 2012 for me. So that rounds up another amazing season in the Rags to Riches, the sequel. We came so close at the end of the day, but unfortunately it just was not close enough, and Fernando Alonso wins the championship by 1 point this season. We have some emails going into today's race, a contract offer from Sauber, which we can completely ignore, and our 7th race win of this season, which I'm really, really happy about. That's 10 race wins now in the Rags to Riches, the sequel, where we only got 5 at this stage last time around. So I'm really, really happy with that. 10 race wins, absolutely fantastic, and hopefully we can carry on and get some more in 2012, as I think we only got 1 in that season. So we'll be hoping to, yeah, get some race wins. But standings as we end the season, 1 point behind Fernando Alonso. It's P2, which means a Force India seat for next year. And, yeah, P2, 262 points. I'm very happy with that, beating the score that we got last time around. But disappointed not to win the championship. Of course I'm disappointed. I'm heartbroken to do such a good drive in the last couple of races, win the last 4 races in a row, and only miss out on the championship by 1 point. Is really, really hard to take. But that is F1 at the end of the day, and we're just going to have to move on into F1 2012 and just get on with it. What do you think as well that we can do in F1 2012 with a Force India? Do you think that we can challenge for the championship once again? Let me know in the comment section down below. But that is it for the F1 2011 season, and that is also it for this episode of the Rags to Riches. If you have enjoyed it, don't forget to smash a like on today's video. Subscribe to the channel for daily Formula 1 content, and don't forget to share this video with your friends. But I will see you next time when we start the F1 2012 season in Australia tomorrow. But until then, it's goodbye from me.